Put your finger down if you've ever watched a YouTuber's 5 a.m. morning routine, immediately felt like a massive slump, go to set your alarm for 5 a.m. the next day, snooze it, sleep in, and then proceed to feel like a slug. So I've come to the conclusion that you do not need a 5 a.m. morning routine to be able to feel amazing, be amazing, have an amazing day, not necessarily happy all the time, but just be able to feel good about yourself. I have personally always struggled with sticking to good habits, having a morning routine, being a morning person in general, and I always just thought it just wasn't me. You know, being a creature of habit just wasn't something that I was. It was just something that everyone else is, and I have to just deal with the fact that I'm not. But thankfully, I was very wrong. I was just lacking in a routine that was right for me. I was watching way too many morning routines of other people and trying to replicate those habits in my actual life, which is so wrong. You've heard the phrase that if everyone ate the same and did the same workout routine, we'd all end up still looking quite different. And the same applies to habits and things that make you feel good. And it's hard when there's all these books and videos about how all these CEOs, how they spend their mornings and set their day right. And it was just really easy to beat myself up over not being someone who jumped out of bed, ran a half marathon and started their day all before 9 a.m. So you could say that comparison actually really did steal my joy. But over the last couple of weeks, I've learned the importance of routine and habits, especially for human beings, not just successful human beings, but everyone. Routine can alleviate anxiety, insomnia, depression, and can just set you up for a slightly less dull day every single time you wake up. And thankfully, I've started to make the right steps to kind of change my habits and start building a morning routine. I'm not going to build one overnight. I'm not going to build one in a month. I'm hopefully going to build one over a long period of time that makes me feel really good inside. So in changing my mindset and in trying to implement these habits, I have improved my morning routine over the last few months. These are really, really tiny changes that I've made, and I'm planning to keep making small changes over a long period of time so that eventually all these things become ingrained habits in my behavior. So I just wanted to share this video and basically let you know how I've done this so that you can do it too, because showing you how I've built this morning routine is a lot more beneficial than just showing you that, hey guys, I get up at 9 now, not 12. So the first thing I did was a little self-assessment, and this is just before I started kind of organizing my week, daily journaling, which I spoke a little bit about in my Notion setup video. But without changing anything, I wrote down exactly what I was doing every day for about a week just to see what my actual habits were without consciously making any changes. So I didn't set any crazy alarms, I just kind of did what I had been doing, and I picked up on what the regular things I was doing were and how these actually made me feel, so good or bad. So just to take an example of what I was doing previously, I was getting up and scrolling through my phone before my eyes were even properly open. And this was because my alarm was on my phone, and this was because my phone is right next to my bed, right there. And after I did that, I went and put the kettle on and made a cup of coffee and had the cup of coffee before I had any water, and was basically drinking the cup of coffee before I was even fully conscious. And I did this back in bed as well. So these were two habits that I picked up on that I was doing that I decided were not really making me feel the best, and I knew that they weren't healthy habits to maintain in the morning as well. So I weeded these bad things out from the good things I was doing every day. And this is step 2. So once you've written down all the habits, good or bad, and how they make you feel through the week, step 2 is then separating the good and the bad habits. And it's okay if you don't have that many good habits, because I didn't. The only good habits I did have were that I did try and move every day, and I was trying to drink a lot of water. So I wanted to grow this list of good things. The third thing to do is, for all the things things that you do on a regular basis that don't make you feel good, so the ones that you've identified don't make you feel good about yourself or good about your day, write down a couple of alternatives for those. So things that you'd like to either try to replace those bad habits. So my bad habit of scrolling through social media, first thing I did when I got up, I basically replaced that with a back twist in bed. So instead of reaching for my phone when the alarm went off, I just tapped on the screen to stop the alarm and I do a little back twist in bed, wake myself up a tiny little bit before I even get out of bed. And this is a habit that I'm still doing, so I'm still really proud of myself, and I have reduced the amount of times I reach for my phone and start scrolling considerably. I haven't stopped it completely, but I have reduced it, and that's the whole point of this step. Just slowly replacing those bad habits, and you're actively trying because you know what the bad habit is and you know what you want to replace it with. Some things you could also try and do are literally doing nothing, so just sitting up in bed, sipping a glass of water, maybe doing some seated stretches, or even trying to wake up 10 minutes earlier each week. That's one that I'm trying to do as well, and eventually it'd be awesome to actually start to get into the habit of working out in the morning, so making this an ingrained automatic habit instead of something I'm forcing myself to do. So out of these new alternatives that you've set out to replace the habits that make you feel not so great, just try and stick to 3 of them for 2 weeks and set this as a goal for yourself, an actual goal that you can achieve, because all you're doing is replacing 3 habits in the morning. And now I can't get out of bed without doing a little back twist, and I just automatically go over to the blinds and open them up and get some sunshine. Probably not any sunshine because it's Scotland. And I have my water before I have my coffee. And because these are 3 things I know are replacing the other things that didn't make me feel so good, they automatically make me feel so much better in the morning. And technically, because you're practicing doing the good things, the better you'll get at doing good things that make you feel better. You just rinse and repeat this process to weed out all the things that don't make you feel good throughout the day. And these are the building blocks for your reset routine, your own personal morning routine that's suited towards you and resetting yourself every single day. So I hope you guys try this out if you need to, and you're able to relate to not always being the most productive person, not always having the most productive system in place, not always having these awesome mornings where you just wake up really early, you exercise and you feel really great. Because sometimes I do that and I still feel really tired and like I forced the whole thing. And to just never compare your life to what you see other people doing online, because it's so easy to do that nowadays. I hope you enjoy this video and I hope you give this little system a try. I've actually made a little downloadable sheet to help you be able to do this down in the description bar, and will just kind of help you guide yourself to finding the habits that don't make you feel so great and replacing them with ones that do. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!